What's up guys, I'm Metasly, and today we've got something a little bit different. I've been on YouTube for almost exactly a year now, so I thought it would be fun to do a video on my thoughts on kind of how it's going, how I got into YouTube in the first place, what my expectations were they met, and is it worth doing? It's going to be completely unscripted, so we'll see how it goes, but without further ado, let's get into it. So like I said, I've been on YouTube for about a year now, and honestly, it's been a mixed bag of emotions, success, I guess you could say, or lack thereof. But I'll start with why I started in the first place. So my wife and I have a goal for her to be able to stay home and homeschool the kids. So we do a budget each month, and within that budget, we found that if we can adjust some other things in our life, we've reached some other financial goals. And along with all of that, we need just a little bit more income, and then we'll be basically at the same spot that we are now with her working if she were to stop working and stay home. So to fill that gap, I was trying to find something to do on the side to bring in a little bit more income. I work in construction for my day job, and I do love it, but it can be a little bit hard on your body. So I was trying to find something other than just picking up extra work on the side or on weekends and stuff to be able to fill that gap in our budget, because I want to be able to be home more with the kids. And also I'm 28 and I already herniated a disc in my back. So I wanted to do something that would be a little bit easier on me so I don't wear myself out too fast, because I've got to be able to make it for the long run to provide for my family. So I ended up leaning towards doing something from home rather than picking up more manual labor work. And I'd always been interested in doing YouTube. And as you can see behind me, I've always collected video games. So I was like, well, why not? I've always thought it would be cool to do a video game collecting themed channel. So I ended up investing the money into a nice PC, lights, all the recording equipment that I would need and stuff. And I did some research before all of this to see, when I would be reasonably able to recoup my money according to the people of the internet. And we might talk about it a little bit more later, but the people of the internet are full of crap. But the general consensus that I found online was that, to make $500 a month, which is generally what I was aiming for, take about 10,000 subscribers, generally speaking, and about 2 years was a reasonable amount of time to expect to gain that. So I was like, okay, well, that's actually very doable. I could put 2 years in. That'll fill in the gap in our income, and then start to be able to recoup the investment put into the PC. I didn't take out, I would never take out a loan to start something like this. So I just, extra money that we had put into the PC, and I was like, I'll be able to get it back, within 3 years, let's say, if things go on average the way that the people of the internet claim that it would. Plus doing this, like I said, would enable me to be home. I wouldn't have to go out to a job site to be able to make money. If the weather's bad in the winter, like it has been recently, then I'd still be able to work even if it's super, super cold outside and the job sites are shut down. And then also I could spend more time with my family. I got some very small children right now, and I love spending time with them and my wife, and they are a higher priority than just about anything. So plus I've got other high priorities too that I need to be able to focus on. So more time at home would help out with that, so I thought. So I got the whole setup figured out, and I do not have a background in technology whatsoever, so it's been a major learning curve just figuring out how to run everything, use the software to record, edit. It's been a very large learning curve, but I have enjoyed it because I've always kind of leaned towards anything that I'm not good at. That's what I need to be doing so I can kind of expand my skill set, and there was a lot to learn. So I've made a lot of progress. I'm not going to say I'm good at YouTube or even technology in general by any means, but my wife is, and she can help me with that, and I have learned a lot through this process. So on the is it worth it front, that is a major plus, because I've gained a lot of skills, and now I can look at other people's media and videos and see kind of the thought process behind them and what's gone into them, at least a little bit, not in a major scale, because like I said, I'm not very good at it yet. So I started out with the series, the Final Fantasy 1,000 Hour Challenge, where I would go through and try to 100% every Final Fantasy game. In hindsight, it might not have been the best idea to start with a 1,000-hour series with zero experience and zero time on the internet, but you got to start somewhere, and that's what I aimed for. So started out with that, and gameplay videos I found I should have known and kind of did, but just didn't want to accept it, don't do very well. So The series has kind of fizzled. I would like to continue it, but in a different capacity. But I started very heavily with that series to start with, and then branched off into other things, game room tours, collecting videos, review videos, and I really enjoy doing all of them as well. But progress has been very, very slow as far as like subscribers and getting monetized and things like that. So all of the predictions of, oh, you can get 1,000 subscribers easily in a year. Most of the people saying that really, I think, don't have any experience with it or don't know what they're talking about. It's kind of a silly thing. Now that I've done it, I realize how silly it is to kind of try to give just a rule of thumb of, oh yeah, you can get so many subscribers in such amount of time. There's so much variation between the type of channel, the skill of the person, which mine's pretty low. And there's just so many variables to give a blanket number is ridiculous. So anyone who tells you, oh yeah, you can do so many subscribers or such and such watch time in such amount of time, don't listen to them. It doesn't make any sense. And I should have known that in hindsight. But either way, progress has been very slow. It's funny because I see people who have other small channels that are far more successful than mine in a small amount of time, complaining about, man, progress is so slow. I'm like, dude, you have no idea. This progress is very slow for me too. But that is all part of it. And like I said, I'm not great at it yet, got a lot to learn. So it's understandable that I would be below the quote unquote average as far as growth. And as I did other types of videos, experimented more with titles and thumbnails, descriptions, SEO, all of that type of stuff that is easy to obsess over. I have gotten better at the process, but I've still got a long way to go. And now I'm a year in and I'm at like 360 subscribers right now, which is crazy to me on one hand that 360 people actually want to watch me on the internet as the inexperienced goober that I am. But it's also far lower than my expectations. So it's easy to get disappointed. Even though I'm very grateful to the people who have subscribed to me. Yeah, you guys are awesome. Thank you, by the way. It means a lot. And yeah, it blows my mind that people actually want to watch me. But I have had to tailor my expectations drastically. So I've been very strongly considering quitting YouTube lately because, you know, the whole question of, is it worth it, is still kind of, not known to me. As far as monetarily, it's absolutely not worth it. So like expecting to make any money right now is absolutely ridiculous. Because I've got to triple everything I've done in the last year to be able to start making pennies. So as far as like the amount of hours you have to put in to be able to make any money, that is definitely not worth it to me so far right now, but there are other factors that we'll get into. So I've had to tailor my expectations and kind of shift my focus of where I put YouTube in my hierarchy of what I focus on. So, you know, up towards the top, we've got, you know, family and church responsibilities, because I also teach at our church, my spiritual well-being, my relationship with God, leading my family properly, providing for my family, living a fulfilling life, gaining experience in other areas, stretching myself mentally and physically, you know, being able to work out and be able to still read the classics, grow myself as a person. All of these things take a higher priority than YouTube right now, just because YouTube was in the higher priority because of having to keep up with weekly posts and trying to learn all these new skills all at the same time. It's taken a lot of time, hundreds of hours that I put into YouTube just to get up to 360 subscribers and not particularly be even close to monetization. But I do still enjoy it. Like I said, I very strongly considered just scrapping the whole project and then picking up more shifts at work or working weekends. And you know, like I said, I've started working out again to try to remediate some of the physical ailments, like I said earlier, to make myself last longer in the field that I enjoy the most and am the best at, rather than YouTube. So I think really I have to shift my focus from YouTube being a major part of my income to more as a hobby, as is more realistic, which could still eventually bring in some income for the family, as long as I keep it in its proper place. Anything in life, you have to keep it in its proper place. And I tried putting YouTube as high as I reasonably felt that I could, but I don't think it's sustainable long-term for me to be able to spend time with my family, and all of the other responsibilities that I have that I've already mentioned, and keep YouTube at the place that I had it, where I'd be like weekends staying up till 1 a.m. and then have to get up in the morning when the kids wake up at like 6 and then go and teach at church in the morning. And it was a lot. There's no way I could do that for years on end, which with the model that I had in mind of YouTube being a high part of my income, it just would not be sustainable. So rather than that, I could just put in, 8 hours on a Saturday or something like that at work, and make way more money than I would on YouTube, and then put in way less hours, because I wouldn't have to be up every evening after the kids go to bed, recording and editing and researching how I could best market this video as far as the title, thumbnail package, the whole 9 yards. You get obsessed with all of this stuff. And that's another thing that I have to make sure I focus on, is keeping the amount that I try to learn about it in its proper place too, because there's so many other things I need to learn about in life as well. So with all of that being said, is it worth continuing? I think it is, but in a far different capacity than what I originally had planned. I think I need to put it in a lower priority on the hierarchy in my life, raise the priority of bettering myself physically and being able to put in more hours at work and just enjoy it more. I feel like if I relax more on the YouTube and I don't worry about having to get an upload every week and 3 shorts every week, and being punished by the algorithm if I don't do it properly, which I do think is a real thing. Rather, I need to just make videos that I enjoy, that I think you guys will enjoy. And if it becomes a part of my income, so be it. But I need to keep it in a place that it's healthy for me to be able to do this and to be able to use my hobby to provide for my family potentially, eventually. That was another big reason that I chose YouTube, because like I said, since I was 4 years old, my thing has been video games. I love video games. I love collecting video games. So to be able to use that hobby that I love to be able to provide for my family seemed very appealing, and it still does. I just see it more realistically now, that it's gonna, if it does end up helping provide, it'll be much less and much slower. But I feel like that's a pretty common thing with business in general, for it to take way longer than you expect and not necessarily be, as profitable as you first hope. So if you are thinking of starting YouTube, I would say curtail your expectations. Don't listen to people online, because anyone with a smartphone can have an opinion and pose themselves as an expert on Reddit or in the YouTube comments or whatever. There's so many people that are like, oh yeah, you should theoretically be able to do such and such amount. It varies so widely per person and per niche, per time of year even. There's so many variables. Just if you want to get into it and you think you'll enjoy it or you think it'll help you grow, absolutely do it, but go in with realistic expectations. I even did research, and I don't think my expectations were necessarily very accurate. So don't make the same mistake that I did, but it can be a very enjoyable hobby. All this being said as well, I understand a lot of people are probably going to be thinking, well, you just suck at it, so that's why you're acting like it's not profitable. And I'm sure there is an element to that. I'm not that good at it, like I've said a few times, but I am growing, however slowly and however imperceptible it might be to the viewers, and I enjoy learning more about it. So I think I'm going to keep doing it. I've got a lot of video ideas that I would really love to do. But it's going to be probably slower than I have been, because I've got to reorganize my priorities. So with that being said, if you guys like this video, I would appreciate if you hit the like button, just to kind of give some feedback. A little bit different of a type of video, a little more vulnerable, but I do enjoy this as well. And once again, thank you to the people that have subscribed so far and the people that will. Like I said, you guys, it's pretty cool to get that type of support from total strangers. Just for me. So it's, thank you. I'll just leave it at that. And if you're interested in game collecting content or game reviews, anything like that, I will have more of that type of stuff on the channel, hopefully in the future. I know since this is a different type of video that the algorithm might push it to different audiences than what my channel is used to. But if that's something that you're interested in, feel free to check out the channel and make sure you subscribe if it's something that you want to stay caught up on. So I'll quit rambling for a while. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you again for your support. I hope you have a great day, and hopefully we'll see you in the next video.